So today we are taking a little step back from the usual formula because I made a video like this for my members a little bit ago and I really loved how it turned out. So here we are again doing it for you guys. Essentially, I want to make this a little series where I just talk about drama while there's some relaxing sounds playing in the background. And for the first topic, I wanted to cover Illuminaughtii. I'm not like completely up to date on that drama. I know all about like what happened earlier, I think last year maybe, but what's happening now with Oz and the legal stuff I don't know much about, so I'm going to mainly focus on the past. But around 1 year ago, Illuminaughtii lost her career. So first, who is Illuminaughtii? For those of you who don't know, Illuminaughtii is or was a pretty popular YouTuber who made conspiracy content and just like call-out content. She was a commentary channel that mainly focused on MLMs and bad business practices and stuff like that. Hence why her logo is a pyramid, like for pyramid schemes. And she was pretty popular for a really long time. Hell, even I watched her sometimes. But it all came to a head when last year, I think like May or March, something like that, of last year, she posted a tweet calling out the other YouTuber, Legal Eagle, saying that his editors had approached her editors to try to copy the video's style. And she posted quote-unquote proof of that, except the proof seemed to be an email asking for a plugin and what was it, like the examples were like a highlighter effect and like a ripped paper effect. And if you don't know, plugins are essentially like preset animation things that come for editors so that it's just an easier time to edit. And it can be done manually, but as the editor was saying, like, I'm sure there's like a plugin that you guys are using to make this a lot easier. So I was just wondering what it was, which is totally innocent. Like, people ask that all the time. I've been asked how I do this or that, and it's not like some secret knowledge. Like, it's just you tell them because we're just helping each other out, right? And Legal Eagle, for those of you who don't know, you can probably assume by the name, but he is a lawyer, and I heard that he specifically, like, his specialty is copyright. So Illuminaughtii, or Blair, essentially was calling out a copyright lawyer for copyright infringement, which is not a good look. It is, she's gonna lose, obviously. And she lost because people began calling her out on that, saying, this is a plugin, like, this isn't, she's not stealing anything, like, he's not stealing anything, this is just a plugin, just give him the plugin. And then 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒚'𝒔, who is another YouTuber who makes, like, long-form commentary content, came out and posted a clip from Illuminaughtii where he's like, yeah, you copied too. And it's a clip of Illuminaughtii spliced together with a documentary. And the speech in both is eerily similar. And it didn't look good. And so that combined with the legal evil stuff, members of a channel called 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒕𝒚'𝒔. 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒕𝒚'𝒔 had been a collaboration channel with members like Wonderstruck, Oz Media, The Click, One Topic, like popular kind of Reddit-styled commentary YouTubers, you know what I'm talking about. And they would come together and essentially just read Reddit stories together. Like, it was that time where just reading that was popular, and like Wild Spartans and 𝒂𝒔𝒎𝒓 were all like really popular, you know what I'm talking about, like you guys know, I hope at least. And they started detailing their experiences with Blair, which were not good, and essentially they're just saying like, this isn't new behavior, she has a pattern of being this cruel and mean to people. And they were showing their own experiences of how Blair had like faulted them, and it was really like, it was pretty bad. Like, it was them saying that Iilluminaughtii had pitted them against each other, had not paid editors for 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒚'𝒔, had yelled at them, had like cast them out and stuff. Like, it was really bad. Like, you could tell like from their experiences that Blair was not a good person. Also, I am so sorry if you can hear people in the background. It is lunchtime and the rest of my family is still eating, and they are pretty loud, so I'm so sorry if you hear them, but I'm trying to record as many videos as I can right now. Anyways, so eventually Blair came out and only apologized for the 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒕𝒚'𝒔 stuff. She said that she had contacted 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒕𝒚'𝒔 privately and like apologized to him, and she posted a screenshot of that. And then she made another public apology so that everyone else would know that she had apologized. But she didn't talk about anything that The Click or like Wonder or One Topic had said. So we just assumed that she was going to ignore it and not talk about it, which honestly might have been the smarter move, because if she had just not talked about it on her channel and just kept it on Twitter, like if she just apologized on Twitter and be like, yeah, I did that, I'm sorry, it was messed up, like this all would have been like solved, like this wouldn't have happened. But she can't help but put her own foot in her mouth, because eventually she made a video called like Iilluminaughtii is cancelled or something like that. It was a really stupid title, and in the video, this bombshell of a video, oh my god, it was so bad. Essentially, she first talked about 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒕𝒚'𝒔, just reiterated like, I was in the wrong, I said sorry, blah blah blah. And then she went to 𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒚'𝒔's accusations, and she said, I didn't copy, because if you notice, I put quotation marks, except, because listen to me, I'm an English major, right? Like, I know this stuff. Essentially, when you're like quoting something, you have to put quotes around everything, make it very visible. She did not. She made it seem like she was quoting the legal case for the situation that she was talking about, like the documents and everything, not the documentary. Like, she even put like a screen on where it was like the like legal documents up top, and then in quotes like some text, which makes it seem like it's from the legal documents and not from the documentary. And while she did credit the documentary in her sources, it was like number 20 something, and it wasn't like stated, you know, like it was bad citations, and it was just not credit, so technically it is plagiarism. But people forgive her for that, and I'm so mad because she did something wrong. Like that like, oh my gosh, it's not like she's just like, oh yeah, I just misquoted. No, you plagiarized someone. That's like, come on, oh my god. But then she started getting into everyone else's allegations, and instead of properly addressing the allegations, she just made So, oh my god, like for specifically for the click, she said that he had said the N-word, the R-word, and was like saying a lot of inappropriate, offensive stuff. However, it is of note that the click is not American. He is, if I remember, from Switzerland, I think. I'm not sure, but he is somewhere from Europe. And like in a place where they don't speak English. So when he first started speaking English, obviously he didn't know that those were bad words. And I can account, like, I've sometimes in Spanish said things that I shouldn't be saying, like, because I didn't know that it was like a bad word. I remember when I was a kid, I accidentally said like a really bad word in Spanish because I had heard it on this TV show, and my parents were so mad. So it's like I can understand how the confusion comes when you're bilingual like that, because it's like you don't know, right? And he said like eventually I learned and I stopped saying that, and I apologized for saying that. And Iilluminaughtii kept saying like, no, he said this, and then she moved on to Wonderstruck, and oh my god, what she did to Wonder is actually like reprehensible. It is monstrous. It is disgusting. It is so gross. So for Wonder, she started out by saying that they had moved Wonder in because Blair and Ozmedia were living together, and they had moved Wonder into their house because he was going through a hard time. And so he joined, and she was alleging that he didn't clean up properly, he didn't take care of his dog, he like this and that. And then she said that she leased him a car, like she bought a BMW and let him use it. And I don't understand this, but from what I like gather, they were living in like Colorado or Texas. I think they were living in Texas, and he went to Colorado with the car to visit his family, which he told Blair like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to Colorado. And she was like, yeah, okay. I can't tell if the states are reversed, but it was those two states, I'm pretty sure. But Blair ended up coming to repo the car, and obviously like Wonder had been living out of it, so it wasn't in the best shape. And there was a bunch of his stuff in the car when she repossessed it, and according to Ozmedia, she threw it all out, including but not limited to his play button from YouTube. Like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? Like, and I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, you can't get a replacement, but it costs some money, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, that's such a mean, cruel thing to do. And so now he was left with no car, and he had to stay with his dad. But that's not the end of what Blair did to him, because in this video, Blair posted Wonder's suicide note. Like, oh my god. Like, just put his mental health out there for the world to see when he wanted it private. Like, he messaged her privately telling her these things, and she just put it on blast. Like, that is such an intimate, like, private, vulnerable time of your life. And here Blair is just letting the whole world see it. And I feel so much gratitude to the YouTubers who have covered this and have like not included that part. Like, they talked about it, but they didn't include the actual note or anything. Like, thank you so much, because I cannot imagine being so vulnerable with someone getting that posted onto the internet to a audience of millions, and then other YouTubers then posting that note themselves. Like, oh my god, like, I feel so bad for Wonder, because can you imagine the stress and was a person who was above the age of 18 claiming to be dating a 12-year-old. And during this time, the clique was asleep because obviously time zones exist. And so he said that it was like 2 in the morning for him, so he was like asleep. And Blair saw this and saw the mods not doing anything, which the clique has said, like, yeah, my mods are bad, and they were all removed after that. But the clique said, okay, so sorry about that. My family started getting like really loud, so I stopped so that I could just let them, be loud without fear of it like getting in the recording. Anyways, where was I? Right, the clique was asleep during this time, and he was unaware his mods were not taking any actions, and Blair and the clique had some they had like some of the same mods. So some of those mods that were for both of them went to Iilluminaughtii and were like, hey, this is happening, we don't know what to do. And so Iilluminaughtii went off the rails. Like, she went overboard with what she did. So she immediately jumped to the conclusion that the clique wasn't doing anything, therefore he was condoning this type of behavior. And obviously he wasn't, because he was asleep. Like, he had no choice in this. And so she rallied up one topic and was like, look what the clique is doing, look what the clique is doing, like, look at this, look at this. It was just pressuring him to see his friend in that light. But the second that one topic kind of looked at it, he was like, that's not what's happening. And so in the morning, the clique woke up and saw what happened. But by the time that he had woken up, he had already been banned, like the user had already been banned. So it's like, there's not much more he can do. Like, he demoted the staff that didn't do anything. The user was already banned. Iilluminaughtii took it upon herself to ban him in other servers. So it's like, what did you want this guy to do? Like, it's not like you can just make him disappear anymore. Like, it happened. They dealt with it. It's done. Like, come on. And she was just going on this tangent of how he, obviously, condones that type of sick behavior and how reprehensible of him. And then she once again harped on, like, the slur usage, and the clique just repeated what I had said earlier, where it was like, I didn't know English, I was a new English speaker, I didn't know, like, the connotation that these words had, and once I did learn, I stopped using them, and I apologized for it. So it's like, what more do you want this guy to do? Like, it's obvious, like, he has cleaned up his act, and he's moved forward, and he doesn't use those words anymore. So it's like, what do you want him to do? Like, he's fixed the problem, he's fixed it, what do you want him to do? It was so frustrating. And then the clique dropped something like huge on us, monumental. Apparently, after Sad Milk had disbanded, because Sad Milk originally started falling apart because the clique and one topic both left. They were tired of being mistreated, they were tired of being yelled at, and after one call where Blair literally yelled at them to shut up and let her speak, they just left. And so after that, they made an announcement, right? The Sad Milk Twitter channel made an announcement, Twitter account, and then afterwards Blair tweeted, like, reminder guys, pedophiles are bad, right? And then immediately after that, the Sad Milk channel, the Sad Milk account retweeted that. So obviously, like, the connotations of that, like, come on, right after the announcement of 2 people leaving, like, nobody's dumb. We got that what you wanted, like, what you wanted to say. And obviously that's what you wanted, because rumors did start about Sad Milk and those 2 members leaving. And so eventually, after that, one topic, and like anyone that he was friends with, anyone that he collaborated with, anyone that he mentioned was getting these harassing comments from this one person named 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒕𝒚'𝒔. And thanks to Oz Media, we were able to figure out that 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒚'𝒔 was actually Illuminati, because there was a screenshot leaked where Blair was talking to Oz, and she sent a screenshot of like some like text, some paragraph that she was writing, and she said the alt account is gonna love this one. And the wording of the paragraph sounded eerily similar to a post that 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒚'𝒔 had made on the Sad Milk subreddit. So it's like, we are connecting the dots here, Blair. We know what your game is, and it's gross. My god. And so it's like, can you imagine being friends with someone, having a falling out, and then realizing that they are making alternate accounts to harass not only you, not only your viewers, but also your friends, family, and the people that you collaborate with, to try to turn them against you? Like, she was so hell-bent on ruining this man's life. It is scary. And the same goes for Wonder, because he made his own video where he was like, I don't know what to say. I didn't think that my suicide note was going to be posted. It was just, I felt so bad for him, and he was essentially just showing receipts where it's like, I was allowed to take the car out. The lease wasn't even proper lease. It was literally a piece of paper, a slip of paper. And Blair wanted him to pay for damages to the car, but she just wanted like the full car amount. So Wonder was like, just tell me, like, get it appraised, just, like, show me the D-value that I caused and let me pay for that. But she refused, and so I think she eventually ended up kicking him out, and it was just, oh my god, it was insanity. I'm trying to remember, but there wasn't like much of note in Wonder's story after that. Like, obviously, like, it's really important, but it's like nothing that like I haven't already said. And I think I can get a little bit into the legalities. So eventually, instead of making another video, Blair seemed to have some common sense this time, because she only went to Twitter to say, I'm aware of these allegations and I will be handling it. Because after those videos came out, she was just talking about them, like, she was just like going on her videos as normal, like she wasn't acknowledging it anymore, which wasn't a good look. Like, her views dropped substantially. Like, she used to get like hundreds of thousands of views, now she can barely scrape 20,000. Like, it's bad. And I think she lost like a good chunk of her audience. I think like 250k or more, which isn't some small thing. Like, this is insane. And a little bit after that, Oz Media and Wonderstruck both reported that they had gotten cease and desists, which is so, oh my god. And people speculate that the only reason that those two were the only one who got them is because they're the only ones who are in the US. One topic, I'm pretty sure, lives in Canada, and like I said, the clique lives in like Switzerland or some European country. I'm not sure which one. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Switzerland or the Netherlands or something like that. Like, he's not in the US. So people are like, the only reason she went after those two is because, one, they're easy targets. Both of them were struggling financially. Both of them did not have as massive of an audience as the clique or One Topic or Iilluminaughtii did. And, you know, it's easy to get them. The reason that it was weird that she sent Oz Media a cease and desist is, one, because she had put on that big show where she was crying about him at the end of her video, but also because he had not made a video at that time. His only involvement was a Twitter thread and him briefly appearing in an interview for, I think, this isn't his problem. And recently it has progressed, and so we found out that Oz and Blair used to date, and she took advantage of him being older. You know, like she was older one, and she took advantage of his naivete and just ruined his credit score, because she already had a ruined credit score, so everything that they bought would be under his name, but he couldn't afford it. So she was just ruining his credit and ruining his life, putting him in debt after debt after debt. And then eventually Blair sat him in front of a lawyer after they had broken up and was like, if you want this relationship to continue, you have to sign this. And it was some terms of like, you have to pay me back this amount plus interest, or I'm gonna take your house. And so because he didn't have a lawyer and could not afford one, he felt pressured and he wanted the relationship to work, so he just signed it. Except at that time, Blair had already moved on to another guy who I hope has gotten away by now, because oh my god. Because I'm gonna drop this little bomb here. We found videos of Blair's ex, I can't remember his name, but he used to be a YouTuber, where he exposed her for being such a manipulative, horrible partner. And there was a recording of a phone call that he had posted in which she was calling him the worst names possible. And he said in an email to Swoop, love you Swoop, oh my gosh, she's amazing. If you want more information about any situation, like, go to Swoop, like, she digs into him. And so he talked to Swoop, and in an email he said that he had told her before that he felt worthless, he felt stupid, he felt this and that, and those were the exact words she used to insult him, because she knew that it would sting. Which is so, like, how is anyone still defending this woman? She is a vile, cruel monster, and she does not deserve any ounce of the platform that she has been given. It is so, oh my god. It's just, it makes me so angry to think about it, because it's like, you hurt these people so immeasurably. You ruined their own friendships, because everyone had a falling out after Sad Milk ended. Like, they are no longer friends. I'm sure now they're like friendly, but they are not gonna go back to how they were during Sad Milk. It's like, you ruined friendships, you traumatized people, you abused people, you are currently abusing the court system to try to gain leverage over these people, and you think you're the good guy. Like, I cannot fathom, I cannot wrap my head around her mindset, because it's like, how does she not see that she's the bad guy? I'm sure she knows, but she just doesn't care, because to her, she's always the victim, and it's just, it makes me so mad. And like I said, there's still an ongoing legal battle. Like, there's a court case, and if you want to participate, if you want to help, Wonder and Oz Media both are having like fundraisers to try to raise money. Oz Media himself said, like, I need this money for legal fees and everything. I will post like receipts and everything so that you know where this money is going, and any money that is not used, I think he said it's either going to go back to you guys as a refund, or it's going to be donated to a charity, which is a really good cause. Like, thank you. I'll see if I can link any of the active ones below, because if you guys want to help, definitely help them out, because my god, this is such a horrible situation to be stuck in, and I feel so bad for them. And I truly hope that they win, and I'm sure they will, because Iilluminaughtii and her lawyer are not doing the best practices. But well, I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. I love being a little chismosa and just talking about drama, especially because I know a lot about these, because I really get into them. So it's always fun to cover these topics myself. Obviously, I am not the source to go to for an in-depth whoop.